Alright guys, what is going on and welcome back to the channel. In today's video I am upgrading the optic on my Glock 19 Frankenstein build, and on here specifically is a Cyelee Wolf0, and I'm upgrading this optic to something else that I will show you in a little bit. Now for this video I'm going to let you know if this budget friendly red dot is a good optic that you should get, or if you should consider looking at something else. I've had this optic for about a year now, and I have right around 1,000 to 1,500 rounds through it, and I'm going to let you know my personal experiences with it, and if this is something that I'm going to recommend. Also, if you guys are new to the channel, don't forget to give me a like and subscribe. I would really appreciate your support. Alright, so this optic here is the Cyelee Wolf0. This is their RMR, like budget-friendly entry-level red dot. And I bought this because at the time I was doing a budget-friendly build on this PSA dagger / SCT Glock 19 Frankenstein thing, and I was going for specifically a budget-friendly red dot, and that's why I got this one. Now for me personally, key features that I'm looking for are shake awake, a very bright dot, which is always a go-to for me, and then I'm also a big fan of the battery being on top of the optic and not underneath. The reason why you would want it on top is so that you don't have to take off your optic to change out the battery. That way when you put it back on, you now have to go re-zero the optic. So since it is right on top, all you have to do is just unscrew that little cover, put in your new battery, and you're done. So the first question is did I experience any issues with this optic? And surprisingly, no. Hopefully you can see okay, but clearly this optic has taken a beating, and I have easily over 1,000 rounds on this gun with this optic specifically. And I want to say the first day I got it, I put 500 rounds through it and I had no issues. I have not experienced a single problem with this optic. The only thing that I have had to do is replace the battery. That is it. Now the question is who is this optic for specifically? In my opinion, this optic is for somebody that's on a budget or doesn't really want to spend a whole lot on a red dot, whether it's their first one or just their 100th one. They just want something that's going to work, that's going to have that dot so they can enjoy their firearm with a red dot, because they're clearly not training iron sights. That is who this optic is for. It is not something that you should bet your life on. This is specifically a range-only optic in my opinion. Now, as far as the optic goes, is this something that I would personally run as an everyday carry optic? And in my opinion, no. This is specifically a range toy optic. This is going to be going on a gun that is specifically a budget-friendly gun that I am not willing to bet my life on. That is the whole purpose of this optic for me. If I'm going to have an EDC gun, I'm going to be trusting something a bit higher quality, at the bare minimum a holosun. As far as the shake awake system goes, every single time that I've picked up the gun or moved something that's close to the gun, it does go off, so it is very sensitive, which is a good thing. And most importantly, every single time that I've used this gun, the red dot was always there. Now, since I've put 1,000 rounds through this red dot, have I experienced any zeroing problems? And to put it simply, no. This optic for me has 100% been on point since I bought it, and I've not had a single problem with it. I will probably end up throwing this optic on another gun at a later date, but for right now, it served its purpose. It was very budget friendly, and I have a new one that I do want to try. But before I get to that, let me tell you the specs on this optic. Also, if you guys are looking for a red dot, I will put a link to this one down below in the comments as well as the description. And the link will be an Amazon affiliate link. If you end up buying it, I do earn a small commission from the sale at no extra cost to you. Alright, so let's go ahead and let's talk about the specs of this optic. So this specific optic is a 3 MOA size red dot. As far as the footprint goes, this is the RMR pattern. It does have shake awake. They say this optic can get up to 50,000 hours of battery life, though I highly doubt that. Personally, with the way that I'm running mine, which I don't EDC this gun, I got about 9 months of battery life out of it, which is not bad. But I also don't run my optic on the lowest setting, and I don't run it on the highest setting. Just kind of like a fine middle line, probably right around setting 6, setting 7, somewhere around there. That's usually where I like to run my optics. This optic is IPX7 waterproof, and this optic does have 8 daylight settings and 2 night vision settings. And like I said earlier, it does have a top-mounted battery, which is very important to me. The other thing about this optic is the website does not say what it is made out of. Matter of fact, nobody says what it's made out of. All it says is aircraft-grade aluminum, so that kind of tells me it's either 6061 aluminum or 7075. The higher quality metal is 7075, but for this price point, I'd be willing to bet you it's 6061. Which for me personally means it's not the most durable optic, but it's good enough at a budget. And then also, this optic does have a lifetime warranty, which is super nice. And that covers all of the specs. This optic has taken very good care of me. I can't complain. For the price point that this is at, I think this is a really good bang for the buck. So would I recommend this optic overall? Yes. But with that said, let's talk about the next optic. Also, real quick, I just want to say, for whatever reason, I lost a lot of range footage on my GoPro. I have for sure put at least 1,000 rounds through this gun, probably closer to like 1,500, but I've lost a lot of the range footage that I showed that in. So in this instance, you'll just have to take my word for it. This is a pretty good optic for the price. Now, as far as the red dot that I'm upgrading to, it is going to be the Hexion Tech Seeker, which is Strike Industries' take on a red dot. I'm going to go ahead and do an unboxing video and install video on this optic in a separate video, but I did want to show you guys what I am upgrading to. This is, again, another budget-friendly red dot that I think a lot of people are going to be looking at that are on a budget. That's why I ended up buying one, and now I want to test it out. If you have any experience with this red dot, let me know down below in the comments. If you guys have any experience with Cyelee, also let me know down below in the comments. If you guys did enjoy today's video, don't forget to give me a like and subscribe. I would really appreciate your support. And as far as the next video goes, YouTube thinks you'll like this video right here.